Hello, everybody. Hey, I had somebody request a favor. They wanted me to show how to put the paddle tires from the Q901 or the Q900 series cars onto the 144001. They're not a direct fit, but there is a way to put them on there. So I'll show you what I did and how I did it and tell you why I did it. So let's go ahead and get started. Hey, just so everybody knows, these tires are taller than the 144001 tires, and I had this particular car. That's my brushless with the 2845. I've got it set up for doing speed runs with the stock tires, so I didn't realize it, but this the taller tires and the combination of the snow was just enough that the cogging was so bad the car wouldn't take off. I had to kind of give it a push start. So yeah, it's not going to be that great a video for the snow runs, but you might find it entertaining. I'll cut out the parts where I have to go run kickstart the car every time. But anyway, that's what's going on. So no issues with the car, just not set up for these tall tires in the depth of snow that I've got. Okay, the main thing you need to remember on these, this is a tire off of the Q901. This is a tire off of the 144001. These are a little bit taller, but the biggest thing is these use a hex to hold the pin on the axle or in the axle. These don't. These have the pin guide is built into the rim. Now, remember, these are directional tires, so you're going to have two. See these two? The grooves are on the top here, and these are the ones for the other side. They face in the opposite direction. And I think these were already glued on the rims when I got them, so you don't have to worry about that. But anyway, you want to be sure these are on the correct side of the car because they dig into the snow. This is the direction of rotation, and it's got a little cup there. So you need to be sure they're on the right side. Now, what you've got to do here, since these don't have a hex, they actually go a little further on the car. You got to put the pin in this little groove right here. Let's see, maybe I can zoom in on this just a bit. So the pin's got to go in that little groove. So that's a little bit tedious. You got to be sure that the pin is centered correctly, and you put it on here, and you'll feel it kind of snaps into place. Now, here's where the problem comes in using these on this car. You run out of threads. So see if I can see the axle sticking through, and there's if you put the nut on there, they'll just flop around. So what you have to do is put a couple of spacers in there. If you can find the right size nuts that'll just slide down on there, those work really well. I don't happen to have any of those, but I got an assortment of washers. So I'm just going to put a washer or two on there. They just have to come out. You don't want them to come out too far, but they have to come out far enough to get past the non-threaded portion of the axle. It doesn't really matter what size they are as long as they go past the threads. And it looks like I'm probably going to need two of them on here. And I shouldn't have dropped them both in at the same time. That's what happens when you try to get in a hurry. Kind of running out of daylight, and this was a special request, so I'm trying to get it done today. Now that one is just about even with the non-threaded portion, but by putting the second one on there, I'm pretty comfortable that this is going to tighten up. And let me just confirm that. And if they start to bind up, you can just back off of them a tiny bit. Okay, just rinse and repeat on the other four. Get the groove lined up with the pin. Once it gives down on there, put you a couple of washers on there or a properly sized nut. And put the other two on, and I think I don't want to waste this, so we'll go out and run it in the snow a little bit. One thing I didn't mention, you need to be sure when you put the washers on there that you have enough of the threads sticking through to engage the nylock nuts. If not, those are probably going to fall off. You don't want that out in the snow. You probably never find it. Just so that you can see, the grooves are facing the front on the top, which means they're facing back on the bottom. So they're going to be scooping snow. And I'm just going to run this on 2S because these tires in the snow load this up a lot. So I'm not going to throw a 3S battery in it. I think the performance is good enough. This is my 2845 car, and using a 2845 brushless with a gyro receiver by radio link. So throw this in here, throw a battery in it, put a cover on it, and we'll go play in the snow a little bit since I got the tires on there. Okay, we're just going to do a quick run since I put the tires on here. Turn on the radio, turn on the car. Well, it's cogging a little bit, so I'll have to give it a push start. With the cogging in there, doesn't have enough to start in the snow. Yeah, it won't start in the snow. I have to turn the punch down a little bit. But for running it today, this is what we're going to do. Oops. I think I hit the LiPo cutoff. I didn't charge that battery all the way up. Let me cycle it. Yep. Hit the LiPo cutoff again. A little bit too much load on this without a full charge on the battery. Yep, it's in limp mode. Let me power cycle it one more time. We'll get a little bit of run in, and then we're going to call it good. I didn't have time to charge the battery up, and plus the LiPos don't like it cold. Oh man, if I didn't have to stop, it would be okay. Oh, it's in limp mode again. Yep, hit limp mode. It's pretty packed up in there. Oh, there's a rock there. I didn't see the rock. Don't know if I broke anything or not. I hate hills. Couldn't see over the hill to see that there was a rock down there. Doesn't look like I broke anything, surprisingly. Well, when I hit that rock, I knocked one of the CVDs out. So, or when I flipped or something happened, whatever happened, happened. Anyway, one of the CVDs is out, so we're officially done for the day.